AskReddit by Repulsive Compot 955. Servers at restaurants. What's the strangest thing someone's asked for? When I was cooking in the military, someone requested a BLT sandwich but with no bacon or tomato. He wasn't kidding, he just wanted bread and lettuce. Here's your L, sir. Flavor Flav came into the restaurant I worked at. It was a fancy seafood place. He ordered just a plate of cucumbers for himself. Everyone else at his table ordered normal things. I'm guessing he maybe doesn't like seafood. Hilarious. Yes, he wore a giant clock chain and he let the staff take pics with him as he said Flavor Flav really nice guy. I also served him once. Well done steak with ketchup. It was an Italian restaurant. Deleted. Mans don't want cabbage. A middle-aged lady insisted she didn't like soda water or sparkling water, so instead asked for a white wine spritzer without the white wine. There are 2 ingredients to a white wine spritzer: white wine and soda water. I served a lady a Long Island iced tea and she got mad that the ice was floating on the top instead of the bottom. Sorry mom, I'll just go ahead change the laws of physics and make you a new one. A tablecloth. A gentleman shat himself at a booth and asked for a tablecloth so he could walk out with it wrapped around him. I still serve him to this day and that was around 15 years ago, no shame. Back he comes once a week. We never asked about getting the tablecloth back. Respect for helping him out in his time of need. Once a very thin, middle-aged woman came in. She couldn't have weighed more than 100 pounds soaking wet. She asked what our biggest steak was. I told her it was the 24 ounces ribeye. She said, okay, I'll have that. Our steaks came with 2 sides, so I asked which ones she'd like. She said I don't want sides. I told her they were included in the price, and she still refused them. I bring out her steak and she begins eating. She's about a third of the way through when I ask, how is everything? She says, great. Bring me another steak. I say, is there anything wrong with that one? She says, no, it's great. I want a second one. I go back to the chef and tell him, and he couldn't believe it. But we served her another steak. She ate all 48 ounces of steak and left me a $40 tip. She was legit 3% steak after the meal. In college I worked at a burrito shop on campus. One night this guy who was stoned out of his mind ordered a burrito with everything on it. 3x salsa, sour cream, extra beans, meat, rice, everything. I could barely wrap the burrito. He walks over and sits at a table and takes one bite and all the burrito contents shot out the bottom. He just went oh no and then just started eating it out of his lap and off the table. It was entertaining to watch. I want oh no burrito guy to eat with. I've made a mistake chicken soup hot dog lady. Like, they were weird enough to make it into this thread but they realized their mistakes, owned them, and no one got cussed out, demeaned, or a 1-star review written about them. We had a woman send a grilled chicken salad back because it was cold. So we cooked some new chicken and made sure to send it back while still warm. She sent it back again. The entire salad wasn't hot enough for her. We microwaved her salad. She ate it. I don't know, man. Edit. As of the 6th of December 2023, this was my top rated comment on this account. Unfortunately, thanks to the stellar mismanagement of USPES, I am looking to have this account permabanned. It was a fun ride, kiddos. Sometimes at my old job we would have Nacho Expo, and one guy asked for lettuce instead of chips, which, no problem, I love a taco salad. Except all he wanted for toppings was nacho cheese. He wanted a hot nacho salad. This man told me he couldn't have anything that has been ground up at some point. So like, can't use anything with flour in it. Not because the gluten, but because it was made small at one point. My man, that is not a thing. We had a lady tell a server that she was allergic to crispy. A whole bottle of fish sauce. and they use the whole bottle of fish sauce. You mamma me this motherfucker. Chili dog. Sub chicken noodle soup for chili. She took a bite and said, "Oh, I made a mistake." Did they just pour chicken soup over her hot dog? The place I worked at had little water cups on the table and we kept them filled for customers. I sat a party of 2 women who said they were waiting for a third person and went to fill their water cups. When I asked if I should fill the third one or wait for the third person to arrive, one woman said, "Oh, no need, he's trying to quit." I thought it was a joke, and when the third person, a man, got there, I went to fill his water. He said, "No, don't fill it, I'm trying to quit water." Worked with a guy on a fishing boat that claimed to never drink water. Weirdest person I've ever met. Really good work ethic though, and to my knowledge and his credit I never saw the man drink a glass of water. But my god, could he put away milk? Like a gallon plus a day. Used to mix flavoring packets with it. Nothing like working 16 hours hauling in fish and finishing your night with an ice cold glass of great flavored milk. Used to make everyone sick watching him drink that shit. Honestly, I'd say the weirdest thing was that while I was a server at a restaurant in the Royal Hawaiian, a guest asked me to book a shark adventure tour. It had nothing to do with my job or even the hotel. Those tours were entirely separate businesses. I took his black card, went to guest services, picked up a pamphlet, and booked the tour. He tipped me $250. Totally worth it. Being close to someone who was an assistant for a billionaire, many rich people are deliberately demanding assholes, but some literally lose their grasp of who is supposed to do what for them. They get so used to being camped and ushered around and treated like royalty they kind of just think they can ask any service person anything and it can be done. Or sometimes even their lawyers, accountants, etc. I mean, fuck 'em sideways, but I do understand situations like this. Guy came in with a large group, must have had a recent surgery or something cause he asked for his meal to be blended. He ordered a lasagna. Has to be something like that. I recently started working part-time in a nursing home kitchen. Dietary restrictions and consistency requirements are very strict for each resident. On my first day I was walking around trying to learn things and I saw a girl blending something, so I walked up and asked what she was doing. With the most defeated look on her face she looked at me in the eyes and said, "I'm pureeing a hot dog." The meal that day was tuna and that person can't have fish, so she wanted pureed hot dog. Edit. In my limited experience with food, consistency lasagna is probably not a bad option if he can't eat solids. Probably looked gross though. When I went to take an order from 2 men, one grabbed my thigh and said, "I'll have you. You look meaty." The other guy at the table was mortified. I was unamused. The other servers wanted to take the table off me, but I wasn't traumatized, just annoyed. I work at a liquor store and I asked a regular customer, who's got a much younger wife with a brand new baby at home, what I could get for him, and he said you, and I was like, oh that's unfortunate. You want liquor or to get out? He chose liquor. Can I have a chicken salad please? But instead of corn I want peppers, instead of raisins, dates, and instead of pineapple, apple. And no chicken. Thank you. I was on a date and she ordered a chicken Caesar salad with no croutons, chicken, cheese or dressing. Waiter looked at me and I had the same perplexed look. He said, "So just a bowl of lettuce?" She said, "No, chicken Caesar without the croutons, chicken, cheese or dressing." She got a bowl of lettuce. That was our only date. I used to work at Olive Garden. There was a lady that would come in at least once a week and she was dubbed by us staff as Pepperoncini Lady. She would want you to open a new bag of the pepperoncinis we used in the salads and pour out the juice in a cup. She would literally straight up drink the juice. She would also get a bowl of pepperoncinis and just eat them. Now I'm trying to think what essential vitamin or mineral she was deficient in that made her crave this. I had a couple that told me to wait before I pre-bussed their table so the man could lick every plate clean first. They had multiple apps and entrees between them and he licked every single one clean before I was allowed to take it. They weren't in a private booth or anything. The other guests could see this happening. Now this is weird. Chicken is vegetarian. Lady orders pizza with chicken for the table. Rest of the table argued with her that they're vegetarians. She could have chicken on her own pizza with chicken. She replied chicken is vegetarian, refused to understand that her friends were trying to get a vegetarian meal. Some people just don't get it. I was invited to a dinner once where the host cooked my serving of roast beef extra long, since I was vegetarian. This isn't how it works. Had someone visibly offended that their glass of wine didn't have ice. After I'd get her a mug of ice to pour it over, she asked for sugar packets which she stirred into it. She still wasn't enjoying it and offered to get her a soft drink instead. She gladly let me swap it for some lemonade. Maybe that was her first time drinking wine and was slowly realizing it tastes bad lol. Guacamole without avocados, the whole reason behind my name. She was completely serious too. Love that this stood out to you so much you made it your username. I work at Domino's. Asked a guy if he wanted any toppings on his pizza, and he 100% seriously asked me, do you guys have coconut? If you like pizza, call it us. I once had a lady ask for chicken medium rare. I told her we can't do that and she responded with, but they do it at other restaurants for me. I promptly told her to go to other restaurants then. I ain't catching that lawsuit. She probably had some smoked chicken at a barbecue place and thought it was med rare. Deleted. I had a regular that wanted their tiramisu served hot. House salad. Hold the lettuce and all other vegetables. Extra croutons, extra cheese, extra dressing. Literally a plate of croutons, cheese and dressing. I'm a chef for a private school and we have a salad bar that's included with kids' meal purchases. I see crouton, cheese, and ranch salads all day every day. Kids fucking love croutons. I've seen them put them inside of their tacos and basically on anything we serve. A grilled cheese, Atkins style. This was like early 2000s. My boss told me to microwave 3 slices of cheese and charge her $8 for it. She was thrilled. When we were in Rome, my then 10-year-old brother ordered a grilled cheese, expecting a grilled cheese sandwich. He got a hunk of cheese that had been put on the grill for a few minutes. Ginger Maester plus Tabasco plus whipped cream plus pepper. Wait. Tobacco? Not like Tabasco? I mean, either way it's horrible. One time at a Mexican restaurant my brain glitched and I asked for chopsticks. Poor girl froze up and said, "I'll ask my manager but I don't think we have those." If I ever open up a Mexican restaurant, I'll add a challenge that if you can eat a whole ass taco with chopsticks, without dropping a single piece of anything inside it, your meal is free. Years ago while leaving a restaurant I saw a guy sitting at the counter seats pouring ketchup into his Sprite, straight out of the glass Heinz bottle. He glanced around to see if anyone was looking and then started pouring it in. Well, at least he was ashamed of himself, as he should be.